What's up, guys? All Sports Central, and we're going over a college football game preview over the 2019 Gator Bowl between Indiana and Tennessee. Now, this should make for a pretty good matchup here. Of course, both these teams have made really good turnarounds in this past season, and it's been pretty impressive. It'll be a interesting matchup to see who comes out on top for this. Previous game for both these teams, Indiana beat Purdue 44-41. Meanwhile, Tennessee beat Vanderbilt by a score of 28-10. Some key stats from these games. For Indiana, Peyton Ramsey was 23 for 39, 337 yards, and 3 touchdowns. As for Tennessee, they had Gray, their running back, 25 attempts for 246 yards and 3 touchdowns along with that. And with Gray's stats, it seems like Tennessee is a rushing team, but really, they are definitely not. They're a more passing team for sure, and we'll get to more about that in a sec. But this game's going to be on Thursday, January 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern in Jacksonville, Florida. Spread currently says Tennessee by 2.5. ESPN FPI is saying Tennessee in a close one, 51%. And Vegas is also saying Tennessee by 1, 28-27. So all three of these sources are saying Tennessee in a close game. Here's your stack comparison as well for this one. Indiana's got 32.8 points per game as well as 24.5 points allowed per game, 308 pass yards. So they are more of a passing team, 134 rush yards a game as well as 211 pass yards allowed per game as well as 138 rush yards allowed. For Tennessee, 24.3 points allowed, or points per game, 21.7 points allowed per game, 220 pass yards, as well as that, 144 rush yards a game. And as far as yards allowed, they got 191 passing and 145 rushing. So Indiana does have a pretty good rushing defense, but for Tennessee being more of a team that's certainly more of a passing team, I'm not sure that that's going to have too big of an effect. But as for records for both these teams, Indiana is 8-4 and Tennessee is 7-5. Here are your previous 5 games for both these teams. Tennessee has won each of their last 5, meanwhile Indiana's lost 2 of their last 5. They beat Purdue in 2 overtimes recently. They lost to Michigan, number 13th ranked at the time, 19-34. They lost to Penn State only by a touchdown, so that was I want to say a good loss, but certainly a convincing loss that Indiana is actually pretty good this season. They beat Northwestern 34-3 and also got a good win against Nebraska by a touchdown, 38-31. As for Tennessee, they beat Vanderbilt by 2 touchdowns, beat Missouri by 4, 24-20. They beat Kentucky by 4 as well, 17-13. Beat up UAB and also beat South Carolina by 20, 41-21. So overall, Tennessee is coming into this game red hot, no doubt about that. And so that's something that Indiana is going to need to watch out for. With some key points for this game, Tennessee has won each of their last 5 once again. Indiana has had a great season as well. I would not be stunned to see any or either team pull off a win here, as both teams are pretty evenly matched in my opinion. Indiana has struggled in big games. Tennessee does have a tough defense, though. So that's something that Indiana is going to need to watch for. Of course, I mean, Tennessee, they've also got a really good passing offense. Well, actually, it's been bumpy up and down, but if they can use the rushing game to their advantage as well, too, that will definitely help Tennessee. How would each team win? I'd say if either team can get up by 2 or 3 touchdowns at any point in this game, that'd be great. I think this will be more of a moderate to a high-scoring game, though, and that's why I'm expecting Tennessee is going to win this one. Halftime score 21-17. Indiana is going to lead it at the half by 4, but in the final, 38-31 is going to be your score. Tennessee wins it by a touchdown. But once again, no doubt that both these teams are certainly evenly matched, and there's no doubt as well that Indiana could easily win this game. I mean, I would not be stunned a single bit to see Indiana take the win here. Both these teams have had great seasons, though, nonetheless. I mean, so the loser should not go home upset because, I mean, really, both these teams haven't been as good in the past years, and especially for Indiana, they haven't been good in a while. It's been a long time since Indiana has been a good football team. But as for Tennessee, I mean, this is a great turnaround for them too. I mean, they've been, ever since Butch Jones was fired, they've been kind of a just a down part of their just a down part for them. And it's, I mean, looking at this, if they could get a big win here against Indiana, that would be great for them. And it'd certainly be great as well for turning around the program. And possibly, I mean, Tennessee, they could easily be a dark horse going into the SEC next season. Of course, we'll get more into that into the offseason. But yeah, Tennessee, looking at how they finished off this season, it certainly shows how much or how far Tennessee has come. So certainly that's something to watch out for. But yeah, once again, let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments below. Do you think Indiana can pull up the win? If you think so, be sure to let me know your score prediction as well. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching once again, and stay tuned for more from All Sports Central.